Last time
Please settle down. Be quiet. It's not time. You have time to exercise. Now pay attention. Let's quickly do the recap and they will be presenting the important ray diagrams that are left is reflective prism. Okay. Before we start the prism, I know that I have tendency to take recap verbally. Today I am giving you a small question. That's my recap way of checking how much correctly you can give the answer. You will get 1 minute to write the answer. And trust me, if I see anyone just speaking while writing the answer, because this is not a verbal answer question that I am expecting, you will have to draw. If I see any one of you talking or discussing, straight away go backwards, and still there is no progress, you can walk and talk to ma'am and then enter the class. So take the question. The question is with respect to critical angle. I hope you remember the critical angle. The question is, there is a medium class and I give you the value. Does anyone remember what is the critical angle for class?
42.
So I give you the value. So I see the critical angle is 42 degree. So here say this as angle C. So up to you. That is given. The question is draw refraction, reflection, whatever for this without talking or discussing to anybody. Give me answer for this. Not draw it and give me what is. There is only one thing that is possible. You tell me what is going to happen in this case. This is air. The ray is hitting like this. Please give me answers. Not this. And not one. Not dead. A ruler and waste your time. Free hand God. Even pen is okay with this. For this particular question, only 1 minute. Give me the answer. Don't go to the sections. The first class. Even if you are done with the answer, take the video at your answer. Maybe you can go but PGP is fine if you have given an of course. Suggest to rating. Ask me everybody to rating, but then. Everyone, this is your let me tell. Okay. See, this is what happens. You think that first off you think that you know everything. ये सेशन आपका एक हफ्ते बाद ही हो रहा है इतना भी पुराना टॉपिक नहीं कि शायद वोलेटाइल टॉपिक है सीरियस हो गया होगा आपका एग्जामिनेशन में करीबन 10-15 चैप्टर पढ़ने हैं आप ये टॉपिक में अपनी रॉन्ग आंसर दे रहे हो इट्स वेरी शॉकिंग बिकॉज़ दिस इज द बेस्ट मेमोरी रिफ्लेक्स दैट यू कैन पुट मोस्ट ऑफ योर what do we see at critical angle it will move along the surface at critical angle incidence यहाँ पर आपने incident किया होगा तो आपको सबसे पहले always ask you can you see short and specify your answer
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll do the marking and then I'll give it.
Shaurya your answer
Ma'am, I just joined now. I don't know what were we doing.
so I think
Please join.
okay she's yes all right Swastika Shaurya if you are done freehand drawing है तो आप बता सकते हैं और else
Ma'am, I've just joined now. I don't know what are we doing.
all right this is the question where Ray is written here this is the given information I am asking you to show reflection refraction whatever possibility you think will be happening over here now pay attention 90% भी होता तो शायद इतना बुरा नहीं लगता 99.99% will be wrong given information is 42 critical angle is known if it was critical angle then it will move along the surface right so यहाँ पे आपका normal बना दिया है what is the angle of incidence आपको उसके पता करना चाहिए right this is angle of incidence angle with the ray and the normal so what is the value over here if this is 45 this is 90 minus 42 what is the value 48
Yes.
or 50 48
48.
all right 48 so 48 is certainly more than 42
Yes.
if it is more than critical angle what will happen
Reflection.
total internal reflection with 48 degree so you have to draw with 48 degree why is most of you show it this thing why incidence is to be taken into consideration not just anything just for serious question that you can expect if you go wrong with this then even one thing plus examination someone will be able to recap of greater extent pay attention I would find this important but not over using marks for such silly questions get serious आपने थोड़ा कम करो 10% 90% तो ध्यान दो I mean, it's your question. You expect an easier question. This question, you have to find the easiest question. Okay, now let's begin with Swastika and Shaurya. I hope you got the question and now what the answer is. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Please pay attention.
Can you just once again just see how fast like where did it go wrong?
You blindly took 42 degree as angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is angle between incident ray and normal. The shortcut you took was not draw the normal. The ones who have drawn normal, they missed out labeling angle of incidence. If you miss out labeling angle of incidence, you miss out understanding whether it will be reflection, refraction, or it will pass along the surface. So you went wrong at not labeling angle of incidence, which was this angle, which was 48 degree. Okay. And then it is 48 degree, it is more than critical angle. When it is more than critical angle, it should go reflected. That too inside the same region. All right. Now let's go to, I think this, with this recap, I will only take one small recap, which is, this gives you, the critical angle gives you the refractive index mu g a. That is given by what is the formula? Sin I से. ठीक है अगर आपको इस ऐसे क्वेश्चन में दिया जाए साइट आईसी का वैल्यू, तो आप यहाँ पे साइट आईसी क्या डालोगे, साइट 48, ठीक है? Because I'm sorry, I am doing this. IC is critical angle which is side 40, and that will give you whatever the you should not expect such silly questions. Silly भी नहीं है, इतने easy question है जहाँ पे आपको वैल्यू दे दी जाएगी और आपको बोलेंगे 1/, वैल्यू करिए, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस नहीं, इतने भी easy नहीं आएंगे, ठीक है? तो आप सब mostly in terms of if you are lucky, then they can just ask the formula, give refractive index formula with respect to critical angle. You can just expect that the expression numerical is very, then it is very, I think they have that.
Derivations are from the syllabus.
And then I said derivations. Yes. That's the one we are one mark question. And that's 3 mark question that comes to shift rate. Go to now important system diagrams. We can express system diagrams and get your diagrams correct, and like you do your this angle of incidence. Writing that value makes a lot of difference in your diagram. Okay, that also carries mark. We will start with does anyone have second up this concept? Last class, I think we did critical angle, total internal reflection. Did we start? Did we do 45, 45, 90-degree prism? Yes. Yes. Okay, we did. But I think that was one question that was given, so did not go on. So we will be now drawing ray diagrams. This one you have already done. So there is a prism which is 45, 90-degree prism. Since it is isosceles prism, this side should look equal. And you have already drawn, you did see that when it is hitting normally, it goes straight because it is hitting normally, it goes straight. At this particular point, you have to draw normal. Yes. And since this is 90, this is 45, this is more than 45 for sure. And since it is more than 45, it will reflect and exit just this. And the labelings, I believe we did discuss in last class that you have to write the values properly, because now you saw, right, why angle of incidence is important. So you have to show that angle of incidence in this case is 45. That is why you show internal reflection. So this is also 45. Clearly this together will make 90. So here also it is 90 and it exits like this. This you have already done. Can I get another colored one? Yes, this. And can others can start? Can you just now draw another way? I did give this a zoom. Draw the other way. So I'm having something that's just draw the other way and show me the start. Quickly give me the next one. So I am using blue color marker since they did not use the red one. Yes. Yes, so now, like, this is by drawing two rays because let's say there is an object kept here. So all the rays from this object will hit this prism. Let's say all the parallel rays which are coming from this object will hit, and they all will come and meet here. Let's say, and we will find its object if we keep some screen or something over here. We will find its object image over here. So this is object. Let's call this as object. This is object. Then this is image. And can you tell me what is angle of deviation in this case? And let's say for this particular ray, what is angle of deviation? Black ray. Angle of deviation for that. 45. Okay. 45. What is angle of deviation definition? It is angle between. So where is the emergent ray? Emergent ray is over here, and the refracted, the incident ray is here. And angle of deviation is angle between incident ray and emergent ray. So this is incident ray. This emergent ray. इन दोनों के बीच angle clearly क्या होगा? 90 degree. So angle of deviation for this particular case is 90 degree. Angle of deviation for this case is 90 degree. And we use such kind of prism. Where do we use? Can you tell me what is this? I am pretty, yes. Yes. I am pretty sure you have even made something
I made it in PVC. The 2 minutes I kept an angle of 45.
This is used. So your ray comes like this, it's here, and then goes out like this. Okay, so this is the prism having angle of deviation of 90 degree, and it is used in periscope. Now, question that you can expect, the first question that you can expect in this case is, they will ask you ray diagram and they will specify, draw ray diagram for prism giving angle of deviation as 90 degree. State its use. So there will be like 2 marks for this, 1 mark for this, together in 3 marks. Okay. And if you are doing this, just don't draw one ray. You have to show 2 rays, an object and image formation. You have to show properly the angle. Why did you show internal reflection? Here the ray should hit properly. And if in one you are showing, second one if you show, of course it is well. It is not a total chaos over here. So please show things properly. Yes. All the labelings, yes, important labelings, and I hope after so many sessions you should never draw normal incorrectly. Please ऐसे कहीं से भी आड़ा टेढ़ा normal मत बनाइए. Normal 90 degree लगना चाहिए surface के यहाँ पे. ठीक है? So draw normal properly. The first one, angle of deviation is of 90 degree. Now we will draw second one where angle of deviation is 180. Is this done?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Again the same prism 45. 45. We will again, yes, it is same. In previous case, the ray was hitting the side. Now it will come from the hypotenuse side. So if ray is hitting 90 degree, it is going to hit at this point. And then this angle should be definitely more than 42. So it is 45. And this 45, your 45 should be 90 degree. So it's parallel to the base. Please make sure that these two are parallel to each other. And then here it will hit with 45 degree again. 90. Yeah. But then lateral distance. What is happening over here? Ray was going like this and exiting like this. So ray ऐसे जा रही थी, पूरा उन्होंने turn लेकर कौन सी दिशा में जा रहा है? So the whole angle traced is how much? 180 degree. So delta in this case is how much? 180 degree. Like we always do, we need to see the image of the object. So we will need one more ray. Take another ray again. Let's say the other ray is coming from here. Yes.
But we cannot find a delta, right? Because the incident ray and the emergent ray, like there won't be any angles between them. But that angle depends on that angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray.
So do you remember when we did the last lab experiment? We saw that the ray, the incident ray and the emergent ray, both are what, parallel to each other?
Which experiment?
The last lab experiment, ray,
Oh, yes,
they are parallel to each other.
This one they are parallel. This case.
It's the same thing, only that is shift, right? So in this case, if anytime you are asked, in case you are asked, what is angle between the emergent ray and the incident ray? This was the answer. And your answer is the same answer. If the angle between them is 0, then it is shift. The direction which it was distance. Alright, and here you see the word like this, but the direction is completely changed, right? It is changed. Like this. So this makes it part of the exam. Why not angle? Because going up like this, now it's going down. It is something 180 degree. This is that is 180. What is happening like the holes over there? The holes missing thing was not enough for you. Let's start the second way. I'll be checking ray diagrams of everybody, including everyone over here.
I'm checking.
And let's draw the object. The object was like this. And we see that somebody was telling over here the lateral shift is your object was like this, and now we see it is like this. Okay. Then what can you expect? You can either get the ray diagram and you are asked what is angle of deviation. What is second one? So there are these prism views. So they are using binoculars. And binoculars, why is it used? It's mostly used to, if you know how does binocular use, the collecting rays का जो surface होता है काफी ज्यादा होता है, but आपके जो eyepiece जो होता है वो काफी narrow होता है. So आप यहाँ पे जो सारी rays आ रही है, everything these. So what it is trying to do basically is the rays which are coming from these end and यहाँ पे जो आपका main eyepiece होगा वो ये ray जब यहाँ से आएगा it is being connected in the eyepiece where your lenses and all would be there. So these are the two prisms. The ray from this side is getting collected and reached over here. The same happens over here also. So it is used in binoculars. You don't have to draw this. Please don't draw this. This is important.
Ma'am, you are not clearly audible.
Maintain silence. Pratika, what I am telling them, they are thinking that this image is always found exactly next to the object.
Yes.
Now, what I am trying to tell you, this image will be formed wherever you are capturing it. अगर आपकी screen यहाँ पे रखे, screen कुछ भी हो सकता है, piece of paper है, ठीक है? आप जहाँ उसको capture किएंगे सारी बातें ये इमेज आपको बता देंगे. So I just do it next to it. I just do it next to it. That doesn't mean वही हमेशा बनती है. ये rays आप जहाँ पे भी collect करो, it's basically where are you collecting it? If I am placing my screen over here, जैसे आप if you have seen the projector thing, if your whiteboard is over here, then you will see image here. But if your whiteboard is here, तो क्या कोई यहाँ नहीं नजर आएगा? दिखाई देगा, right? आपका screen यहाँ पे वो भी दिखाई देगा, right? आप जैसे जहाँ screen आपकी place कर दोगे, आप वापस में कुछ capture कर सकते हो. This is what? That's what I'm saying. Right? You are the big screen and like that. This is the second question. There, the first one was angle of deviation was 90. The second one is angle of deviation 180. Now we will do the third one, which is the most important one. Okay, and there is no particular reference given in your textbook why these things are done. So pay attention for the next one, and I do not want any sort of chaos happening over there. Whatever you are talking to each other with your eyes, stop that. Now the next one. Okay. So if he does that, either move back or reverse. But if anybody apart from him also hears your song and you're abusive, what you are in big trouble. Because I can't take this forever, right? It's not just my loss, your loss, which I'm worried about. You have no idea. Yes. Let's now move to the most important one, which is called the. Today you do not show all the ray diagrams, beta. Probably your parents would come with your book and show the diagrams. Then pay attention as well. Now the last one is when a ray is hitting parallel to the base. I know this base doesn't look kind of. The ray is hitting the one at the mid. Can you just move and sit here? The one next to him. Can you move and sit behind her? And now pay attention of this thing. Until now, we were hitting the race, not behind her. Behind her. Is she her? I asked her next. All right. Now the thing is, until now we were hitting the rays normally. In this is the first case when you will hit the ray parallel to the base. And the trouble comes, you do not get exact values with respect to what angle will you show the refraction or reflection, whatever the case may be. So the first thing that you do over here, you first check whether it will. Now, give me the answer. You know this triangle is 45 degree, 45 degree, and the 90 degree shows us is a right angle triangle. If this is 45, and I already said this is a parallel ray, can you tell me what is angle of incidence over here? 45. Because this is what? This is 45. That means this also will be 45 because this is normal. So together they should give you 90. The first thing is clear that this angle is 45. I'm just making dots now. Okay. So that is 45. But then that is of no use. The reason being that is sitting at 45 degree, but it is coming from rarer to denser. तो आप critical angle वाला concept यहाँ नहीं लगा सकते, ठीक है? Otherwise आपने यहीं से reflect कर देनी है, ऐसे नहीं करिए, ठीक है? अभी क्या होगा? Since it is moving into the denser medium, you know that it will move towards. So I will have to show somewhat bent. Let's say it's here. Now comes the most crucial thing. You see in your textbook that they show reflection, total internal reflection. But we need to understand why are they showing total internal reflection. We know when it is total internal reflection when angle of incidence is more than 42 degree. So I need to show that angle of incidence is more than 42 degree. So angle of incidence के लिए what will I draw? The normal first. So at this point normal will look like this. Yes. So now you are saying more than 45. Let's check why do you think so. Now if I take this diagram, let me just finish this and make a 90 degree over here. Okay. You know this whole. Let me just make it easier now. Let me just make it easier. Yes, what? Yes, if I draw these two rays, I know this is how much? This is how much? Less than 45. This slightly less than 45. And this is one ray. Together they will be 45. Am I correct or not? Yes, sir. Together they will be 45.
Yes.
This is 90 degree. If this is lesser than 45, sorry, this is lesser than 45. So let's just, I'm giving you some random values. Less than 45 मान लीजिए ये angle जो है 30 degree. कितना है? 30 degree. ठीक है? So this together should make what angle? 45. So this is how much? 15 degree. This is 15. Then this angle should be how much?
45. Ma'am, it would be 75.
Certainly greater than 42. You take any random values over here. Take any random values over here. The least can be, ये कितना था 45 था, मान लीजिए इसको 44 ले लेते हैं. बहुत कम deviation हुआ है. 44 ले लिया आपने. So what is this value now? 1 degree. Now what is this value?
89.
So at any given instance, you will see that this value is certainly more than 42 degree. Are you getting what I'm trying to tell you? There is a way to prove it as well. In other class, I did proving method, but then proving becomes a lot of you guys start using numbers for you to understand. So you will see that your textbook did directly show, it showed internal reflection. Internal reflection because at any given point, the angle of incidence when it is trying to exit will be greater than the critical angle. You don't have to show this, okay? This is just for you to, just for me to explain my. You can't show the angle as 48 or 42 because we don't know what that angle is. We just took random values, but at any given point of time, it will be more than, in fact, it will be greater than 45. Forget 42, it will be more than 41. Okay. So this is why we see this is angle of incidence, and I know that total internal reflection is going to happen. So I have to draw rays so that it looks internally reflected. It's unequal number of these. Let me just draw it then. This looks fine. Now I have to show what the exit ray, since it comes from this. It is going to be at the same angle, and it is going to exit like this. This first one is not tough. First one is okay. Second ray we need, why do we need second ray? For showing the image. In that, most of but you are seeing because I'm not seeing you all. Okay. So pay attention for the other ray. What will happen in other ray is, let's say other ray is coming from. I have to. I will just draw it from here. Okay. Let's say it is hitting. Again, this angle will be how much? 45. Since angle will be 45, angle of reflection should be parallel to this ray because यहाँ पे भी angle क्या था 45 था. So आपका जो यहाँ पे ray आना चाहिए वो कैसा आना चाहिए? Parallel to this ray.
Yes, ma'am.
You will understand why did I not go up. If I had gone up, इसका parallel शायद इसके बाहर चला जाता. इसलिए मैंने थोड़ा पीछे से शुरुआत की. So आप भी जरा ray diagram draw. I'll give you what I'm trying to say. If I had drawn other ray above, it would have refracted ऐसे बाहर से जाके ये part दिखाई नहीं पड़ेगा आपको. So आप थोड़ा ऐसे लीजिए जहाँ पे आप दोनों rays properly बता सकते हैं. This is done. Since now this will hit at the angle same as this is hitting because it's the same scenario. So then this reflected ray that you will draw should be parallel to the previous one.
Yeah.
So just don't draw anything. Okay, draw the other ray such that it is parallel to this reflected ray. And then again, this one will be parallel. And believe me, in my diagram, this has become this much big because this thing is kind of inaccurate diagram of that I have drawn. If you draw things properly, this image, if object was kept like this blue line has gone above. So you will get the object of the same height, but upside down. Now my diagram has a lot of errors in it. So finally draw diagram. Check if your diagram is perfect with your devices that you can use. Please use ruler for this diagram. Ensure that this triangle is which triangle? So it should look exactly यहाँ पर 3 centimeter. Object image same कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. So if your diagram has enough amount of accuracy, it will give you correct depiction.
What's the angle of deviation? It is 0.
Yeah, angle of deviation is how much? 0. Angle of deviation is 0. And it is so much here. Where do we use this? We see that image object. If this is object and this is image, then I see that we get an inverted image, right? So use of this is to get inverted image, and that's surely, if you know, it is used in projector. I don't know how many of you have done this small activities using phone also. Pinhole camera kind of thing is used for making projector. They use. Yes. So you take a small box and सारे phone की रेंज जो है आपको छोटे होल से बाहर करेंगे. So सारा जो आपको स्क्रीन पे इमेज मिलेगा वो inverted होगा. So यहाँ की रेंज जो है वो नीचे आ रही है, तो यहाँ की रेंज है. So basically projector के साथ में लेंस यूज करोगे तो आपकी जो inverted image थी वो सीधी हो जाएगी. Inverted image है. It makes you get inverted image projector. In fact, they erect the inverted object. So they are writing to erect the inverted object. Whichever way question comes, you should understand the purpose is inverting the objects. We should be able to how much time we I am expecting a neat diagram.
I don't like
All right. If we have reached this part where for 45, how much time do we have?
5 minutes.
So I am able to complete the derivation that we left in mid. Concept ही समझ आएगा तो आप सारा application का ये whether आपको derivation आया ना हो. So I am planning to finish a small, if you remember the real depth and apparent depth part in 10 minutes. It's up to you if you want to give 10 minutes of silence. If you do not give, your loss. Mark my words, if you do not understand smallest part of this part, you will not understand how this derivation becomes so short, because I was actually telling you how in-depth derivation that was. Your textbook has concised it into 2 minutes derivation. I'm getting 10 minutes. 2 minutes का सिर्फ derivation है जो concise किया गया उसको explain करने 5 minutes लगेगा. Let's do it. And last 3 minutes you would require to copy it down. So the thing is, when if this is the base of a swimming pool, this was the question. Be it base of swimming pool or anything, the ray which comes from the base and hits the water surface. When it is moving out, it will move away from the normal or towards the normal. So we drew this diagram and we know that this ray, in fact, they will meet somewhere above the actual floor. That is why the floor looks raised and the pool looks a bit shallow than its actual depth. And we had a derivation for that. We had some numerical to be solved. So we will do that using this. But then, like I was saying, we need always 2 rays for the image, right?
Yes.
So we purposely draw 1 ray like this. And the second ray, can I get this? The second ray that we draw is since it is hitting, it will go up without any deviation. So we take these 2 rays, and I know that images form where these 2 rays are meeting. So whenever these 2 rays reach my eye, they will go back. So this will go backward in this direction. So this is the backward direction. Okay, if this goes backward in this direction, and this ray, when it is reaching my eye, it will go backward in this direction, the straight path. And I will see that, that floor appear raised, and this is where that floor will be formed.
Yes,
so yes, let's, instead of taking floor, let's say this was the coin here, and that coin is now appearing here. So this is object, this is my image. So now I want to know that this image is how far from the surface of the water. Okay, how that, and yes. What in the glass?
After example, if water is in glass, you figure the water around the glass slightly higher, but after the water gets emptied,
You mean the depth is more?
yes.
Yes. Okay, he's giving the example of the water in the glass.
Yes.
Okay. Now, we have many examples. I think we drew one diagram for fish as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And we discussed the floors, the pool's floor as well. For any of this, we need to check what is the, so this is the actual depth, this is the true depth or the true location, and this is the actual depth. I'm just writing 80. Okay. Now, every time for any such diagram, if this is water, this is air, I know refractive index formula, Snell's law is given by what? But in this particular case, my ray is going from here, so this is angle of incidence, right?
Yes,
and this is angle of refraction, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And when ray is moving from this medium to this medium, so my main medium is actually air, right?
Yes.
And it is coming from water. So if I am using sinus by sinus formula, where I is this angle of incidence and R is this angle of refraction, then I actually mean this is refractive index of what? Water or air? It is refractive index of air with respect to water, because यहाँ पे I जो represent कर रहा है वो ray water से आ रही है, and कहाँ पे जाने वाली है? Air में. So air is my main medium. So this is refractive index of air with respect to water. Are you getting why this is refractive index of air with respect to water? Now the second thing is, if I see this eye and this is normal, right?
Yes.
So this angle I and this angle I, they both are same. Agreed or not?
Yes, yes.
Because these are two parallel rays, normal, and this is alternate angle. Okay, let me just name them something. This is O, this is I. Let's call this point as A. Let's call this point as B. All right. Now, this is I, this is I. So sin I can be written as this is what is sin I formula? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So opposite is AB. And what is the hypotenuse over here? OB. I just have to look for R and use the same formula. But the problem comes, R तो यहाँ above है. ठीक है, सभी R के लिए हम क्या करने वाले? We will try to find R somewhere over here in this side. So now pay attention. This is R, and if you take these two rays, now let me just use the green marker. You see that this ray and this ray, they are both vertically opposite angles.
Yes, sir.
So if this is R, this whole angle is also R.
Yes, sir.
And if you check this, this is one parallel line, this is one parallel line, this is another hypotenuse which is green color. So this angle R and this angle R, this is also angle R. Okay, using this triangle now, what is sin R? Can you tell me?
AB upon IB.
AB upon mu A with respect to water is given by IB upon B, because in this case B was in denominator and this denominator goes into numerator. Now comes the shortcut that they have given in your textbook. Now look at this. This is IB and this is OB. They say that IB is equal to AB. Sorry. IB is equal to IB. It is equal to IB. It is nearly equal to IA. Why? I will tell you. This is the whole part where everything becomes shortcut and we don't need to go into the depth. Instead of IB is replaced by IA and likewise OB is replaced by OA. अब मुझे बताइए IA क्या रिप्रेजेंट करता है? IA represents true depth. Difficult to digest. How come this is equal to this? So, how is this equal to this? They say that we consider only those rays which are coming. Now, for diagram, we have to show it. These rays are like it is going at this angle of incidence, higher angle of incidence. But in true cases, they are saying that this particular thing is observed from the top, from very close to the top. So this angle of incidence is very steep. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
So when this angle of incidence is very steep, so मान लीजिए आप यहाँ से ऐसे देख रहे हो, बहुत steep angle पे देख रहे हो. So basically, आपका actually जो hypotenuse और actual depth है, almost same हो जाता है, ठीक है? So this is the approximation that they have used and they have considered. So it was not easy to jump from here to directly this. But what did they say? That you watch it from the top such that it is observed at steep angles. That is why IA can be taken as apparent depth and OA can be taken as true depth. But the problem is this is refractive index of air with respect to water. So आप हमेशा air with respect to water देखिए, water with respect. So आपको ये क्या करना पड़ेगा? Refractive index of water with respect to air. हाँ, तो इसका reciprocal हो जाता है. So your actual formula will be true depth. 1, 2, and 3. Quickly write it
Ma'am,
down.
diagram also.
So once I will check and then allow it. I will check So in next class, I will be asking another new formula for refractive index. We already have signed.
Sign R by sign.
Don't say sign R by sign. Snell's law is always valid. It is always sign I by sign R. It is up to you which way are you going from center to where or where.
But they don't want to.
Yes.
If we're talking about it, Ma'am,